Hello YouTube beauties, Barron's Beauty back at you. Just wanted to come by and do a quick video on my experience with the inversion method for hair growth. Now, for those of you who is not familiar with the inversion method, it is where you would invert your body or change your body's position. So standing up, the top of our head, it always faces up. To invert that position or do the opposite, you will reposition your body to where the top of your head is facing down. So for myself, when I do the inversion method, I will stand straight up and I will bend my body over at the waist area and I will go all the way over until the top of my hair is parallel to the ground. Now, there are some YouTube beauties, they sit in a chair and they bend over and put their head in between their legs until their head is directly facing down. Now, one beauty described it as if she's sitting in a chair and bending over to paint her toenails. However, you can invert your body as long as the top of your head is facing the ground, okay? So you do that for 4 whole minutes. And you do that for 7 consecutive days. So 4 minutes for 7 consecutive days. Now, it is important that you only do this for 1 week out of the month. And I'll explain to you later why that is important. But doing it for 4 minutes, 7 consecutive days out of the month, some beauties have reported receiving 1 inch in that 7-day period. 1 inch. Now, unfortunately for myself, I did not get 1 inch. But I got 3/4 of an inch in the back and 1/2 inch in the front. Now that disparity in terms of my hair growing longer in the back than it is the front, that was normal. However, getting 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch in 1 week, that was not normal, but it was amazing, and I'll take it any day. Now let me explain the methodology behind the inversion method, and I'll start from the end and work my way to the beginning. Okay, so we have hair growth. Hair growth comes from our scalp. Our scalp produces hair growth by being fed nutrients. The nutrients comes from the blood that is being circulated to the scalp area. So if you increase that blood circulation to the scalp area, i.e. getting in your inverted position, you are actually increasing how much nutrients is made available to the scalp, which will increase your scalp to produce growth. So this really should not be surprising to you. We talk about this all the time, increasing the hair, the blood circulation to the scalp, increasing the blood circulation to the scalp. We use certain products, especially oils, that we say it helps to increase blood circulation to increase growth. We even do the scalp massages with the pads of our fingers. To do what? Increase the blood circulation. For what, beauties? To increase the growth. So this really shouldn't be surprising. All this is another method to increase the blood circulation to the scalp. Now, like I said, it wasn't surprising to me that it worked. What was surprising is how much growth I got. Now, when I was reading about it and watching the YouTube videos and the young ladies was reporting receiving 1 inch in 1 week, I'm not going to lie. I was saying, well, they probably get a lot of growth. They probably get more than that 1/2 inch a month anyway. So, you know, that's why they got an inch. I knew it would work, but again, I wasn't expecting to get 3/4 of an inch. So I do believe those ladies who received an inch, their hair probably grow that regular average 1/2 inch of growth, and they just got 1 inch because they was doing the inversion method. Ladies, this works. Now let me explain to you why you are only going to do this 1 week out of the month. When you do the inversion method, what you are doing is shocking the system. You are sending an increased flow of blood to the system, and that's not normal for it. So it's going to respond. Now, if you do this every day out of the month, your body is just going to reset itself, and it's going to look at it as this is the normal amount of nutrients that I can feed off of. And you're going to find that although you may be getting an increased amount of growth in the beginning, it will begin to slow itself down and go back to probably your average amount of growth per month, because it has reset itself. It doesn't find it to be the urgency to get all the nutrients it can get. Now, let me put it in a perspective like this, and maybe you all can understand. Let's say you take a child to a candy store and you say, hey, we're not going to come here a lot, so get as much candy as you possibly can. that child is going to be running all over the store, putting all type of things in the baskets, probably stuff that he or she don't even eat. But if you take this child to the store every day, they're not going to find the urgency to get everything that they see. They're probably going to get a couple of candy bars today because they know they're coming back tomorrow where they can get the honey buns. They know they're coming back the next day where they can get the bubble gum. So it's not an urgency. They can leave some behind. Well, you don't want your scalp to leave any of the nutrients that it is, made available to it throughout that 7-day period behind. So that's why you want to do it as a shock, where once you shock the system, it's going to respond. And then does it go back to its regular rate after that 7 days. And then next month, if you do it again, you're shocking it again, and it just feed all as much nutrients that it possibly can take in. So that's why it's important that you do it only for 7 days out of the month. Now, I'm going to make this part of my regular hair growth routine. I'm going to try and make it, remember that the first week of every month, I am to do the inversion method. I am hoping that I can remember this. Now, let me say this, because I want to be fair. You all know how I roll, okay? I don't like to try and be reporting stuff that ain't right, or, this and the other. Y'all know how I roll. I have been taking the GNC Ultra Nourish Hair Vitamins since the first of this month. And now, do I feel like it had any play in me receiving 3/4 of an inch in 1 week? Let me say this, okay? Yes and no. Now, when I've taken hair vitamins to help with my hair growth, I've only received on average 1 inch per month. That's an additional 1/2 inch a month in growth. So to receive 3/4 of an inch in 1 week, I don't feel that it had a lot to do with the increase in growth, but I do believe by me taking the vitamins and drinking my water, I do believe it helped to give my blood supply a lot more nutrients than it normally would have if I was not taking the vitamin. Because you all know that's what the hair vitamins are. They're packed with certain vitamins and nutrients that our hair needs to be able to really capitalize on its growth potential. So what it did was provide my blood with a lot of these extra nutrients or extra amount of nutrients, so that when I inverted my body, it was really getting some good stuff. So I do believe that it did help. It's like it played hand in hand. But if I was just taking the vitamins alone, do I think I would have got 3/4 of an inch in 1 week? No. I probably would have got 3/4 to 1 inch in 1 month, but not 1 week. If I was doing the hair inversion method by itself without taking the vitamins, do I feel that I would have gotten 3/4 of an inch? I do believe I would have, because I so believe in the methodology of increasing blood circulation to the scalp increases growth. I just truly, truly believe in that. So I just think that the vitamins help with how much nutrients and what kind of nutrients was in the blood supply when it was rushed to my scalp. So yes, now let me talk about some things, some issues that some ladies had. Some ladies reported that there were times where when they got stood back up, they felt a little dizzy. Now, when I do my inversion method, I put my hands out like this. So my hands are actually also parallel to the ground. It's like my hands is right up under my head, almost like a gorilla, okay? That is a yoga move. So anybody that, does yoga like myself, you'll know that this is a yoga move. And I believe that that helps to normalize the blood circulation throughout the rest of your body. So I believe that that is why I've never had any issues with, feeling any dizziness or faintness when I stood back up. Another thing that some ladies reported that helped them not to feel the dizziness is that they came back up in their regular original positioning very slow, so that their body, it had time to adjust to going back to its normal flow of way the blood flows, I would say. So if you want to try it and you experience those things, try that. Try putting your hands like that, or try coming up slow, or do both. Now, one thing I would say starting out, that seemed like it was the longest 4 minutes when I first started out. I'm like, I know 4 minutes can be this long. Well, what I started doing is I take my iPad and I put it right in between my feet on the floor, lay it on the floor in between my feet, and I find me a video that's at least 4 minutes long, and I play that sucker and be looking at it, and before I knew it, I done did it for 4 minutes. So, that's just, just a way to do it if you become bored with it. But ladies, if you're on the fence about it, if you saw the videos or heard about it and you don't know, try it. You may not get an inch. You may not get 3/4 of an inch. But shoot, to me, getting 1/4 of an inch in 1 week is good. So I just think that it's worth a try. Before you knock it, please try it. So, like I said, I'm going to making it part of my regular monthly routine. I'm going to be doing it the first week of every month, and I'm going to be reporting back on if I continue to, get that amount of growth, as well as I'm going to report how much additional growth I got the remainder of the month with just taking the vitamins. And that way we could, assess things a lot better. But yeah, try it out and tell me how it works for you. This is a doer for me. It really is. And I hope I can just keep as a mental note to keep doing it. It's really hard when you don't do something every day to try and remember to do it beginning of the month. But I'm going to try my best to remember and do it the first week of every month. And I'm just hoping that I continue to get that increased amount of growth. So until then, ladies, God bless, love you, and have a wonderful and prosperous day.